What's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included Ravaging Hunger max difficulty settings. Hard mode. Yeah. So, as you can probably tell, we're on cycle 100 here. I did play this on stream, as I mentioned I think I mentioned it in my last video. I don't remember. But I intended just to do this for one day for like just 4 hours, test it on stream, see how everything goes. But I ended up doing it for 2 days, and before I knew it, it was cycle 100. So I'm sorry if you were looking forward to like the first little bit of this colony. But I've decided that the rest of this sort of playthrough will be exclusive to YouTube, so I won't be playing this particular colony on stream anymore. I might start a new one, or I might just play some other games. I don't know, but that's kind of irrelevant. Anyway, let's sort of update you on what's going on, and yeah, we'll get going on it. So we did start sort of like this. This is kind of what we ended on last episode. The bathrooms were not toilets at that point, or not latrines, but they were outhouses and, you know, wash basins and things. So we've upgraded a few things, but mainly we brought in 6 duplicants, which is pretty extreme for a max difficulty run, at least for me. Usually I sit on 4 for quite a while, but I felt pretty comfortable with my food generation to bring in 2 more. So that's changed, and we've started to set up our oxygen module here, which is, we just barely finished setting it up, probably around cycle 90 or something, and then we've just been waiting for the hydrogen to kind of populate all of the places where we need it. We've got a carbon skimmer over here, some coal generators, smart batteries and things, and not a whole lot else has changed as far as the build goes. We've added some more Atmos suits and whatnot, but I believe this geyser was in the first video, but we've managed to discover a couple more geysers. We've got a carbon dioxide vent over here. Right next to it, we've got a cool slush geyser, which I'm so pumped about. I've never had a cool slush geyser this close to my base before, and I've also only had like one colony where I actually got to the point where I could use them, and then I didn't take advantage of them. I just kind of put it off and kept putting it off, and then the colony eventually failed. But this is kind of nutty right here. Carbon dioxide I was a little bit sad about, and then I saw this, and it was covered up at the time, but when I uncovered it, I was super excited. So that's awesome. And then we've got a chlorine vent down here, which currently I've meant to store my slime in, so I didn't have any issues. And this guy's got slime in it right now, but we're gonna uncheck all that and deconstruct it. So yeah, that's kind of the update on everything. And what we're doing right now is we're just kind of digging down. We're trying to get to the oil so we can start producing, I guess we can hit play. Start trying to get to the oil so we can start producing petroleum and plastic, and get to the lime as well so we can start making more steel. We've already got a little bit of refined carbon banked up that we've been producing in these kilns. We're also producing some ceramic. We can increase this a little bit more. So yeah, we are on our way. This is probably one of the best colonies I've ever started. At least it's progressed the fastest. What I should look to do is actually upgrade my farm to bristle blossoms. I have plenty of water and plenty of cooling potential as I'm in. One thing I'm so excited about with this slush geyser is that not only is this going to give me like an unlimited amount of water, because these things produce insane amount. Look at that, 8.2 kilograms of polluted water. Like, what? That's so much. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like unlimited water, but I'm also gonna have like this huge cooling potential and a source of dirt. Like polluted water, dirt, beautiful. So epic stuff right there. I am super excited for this colony, and so we do have we do as well have like tons of our research done. So I kind of just went hard on the research, and I mean, you can pretty much complete all the research faster than this, but I've kind of stopped in between certain things because I didn't really need any, and I wanted Catalina, who is my researcher, to sort of do other things and kind of help progress the building and whatnot. So let's take a look at our priorities here. We've got Ruby, who is our primary builder and digger, and then, you know, beats things up as well from time to time. And Josh was our farmer as well as our cook when we actually need it. We're not cooking anything yet. We're still eating millwood, so our mill ice. We don't actually need him to cook. Catalina's our researcher. Ellie's our operator and our artist for some reason. We don't really have tons of art. In fact, I think we only have a couple paintings and that's it. But Liam is another builder and digger, and then Turner here is kind of our gopher. He runs around and supplies things, puts things in storage, cleans things up. So we've sort of got a nice coverage as far as our priorities go. Our jobs as well, we're kind of putting people in the tier 3 positions. Our morale is up to that point. See, we're 12, 14 on Ellie here. You can see my artist is not very experienced right now, so we're going to delete those and repaint them. Hopefully increase that skill a little bit. Actually, it's not... I remember they changed that, didn't they? It's not based off the creativity skill anymore. It's based off their job, I believe. I'm pretty sure I remember that reading that in a patch on the forums there. So I would have to put Ellie into the artist, I think. Yeah, so mediocre art quality. So I think creativity is actually the speed at which they like do the art, and then the job is actually what determines the quality. So you can see crude, and then mediocre, and then master. I really like this change actually, because look at that, plus 20 morale you need to actually make masterwork art quality, and it makes morale or decor a little bit harder to achieve now as far as like really high numbers go. And I know it says there's a maximum of 120, but I think I read somewhere where it says it's a maximum, but they can still benefit from more than that or something. What are you doing, Joshua? Go eat. Oh yeah, we had this carbon dioxide issue, so we've got carbon dioxide. Oh man, it's gotten worse. We got carbon dioxide and crap. I was gonna dig this out. Well, let me do this. So I was gonna dig this out so the carbon dioxide could like make its way over to this carbon skimmer, but oh no, I remember now. I'm gonna drop this water down into a basin. That's right. Okay. Everything is coming back to me. So something like that, and that should be plenty of room for this water. What do you guys think about them adding the ability of duplicants to swim? So you didn't have to like build ladders in water. I know that would probably create some problems as far as like how the game runs and sort of maybe take some more resources, but I think it would be an interesting like trait to have, or a skill to be able to develop on your dupes. We also had a mushroom thief. So we put a mushroom on this pedestal and it disappeared. I don't know where it went. I couldn't find it, and I assumed that it rotted. But when you put food on a pedestal here, what am I looking at here? Mushroom. It's actually considered refrigerated, but there's no like percentage, so I don't know if it's actually rotting, if it's actually refrigerated, or this is just like a not actually what's happening to it as far as the game is concerned. So it may say refrigerated, but not actually be considered refrigerated, because this has been here for a while. The first mushroom I put here disappeared within like, I don't know, 10 or 20 cycles, but this one has been here for a very long time, probably over 40, I'd say, and it hasn't rotted or anything. So you can actually put your food on a pedestal and it won't rot, interestingly enough. So we're gonna vent the hydrogen off into this room. We're gonna enclose this, and then we should have no problems with our pump being damaged or our hydrogen generator being damaged, because this is all hydrogen in here. And then any excess hydrogen that's not going into the generator will first go into this room and hopefully force all this polluted oxygen out, which we can then close up this room and, you know, have it cooling down the oxygen. If you remember if you watched the last series, this is pretty much the same oxygen module I set up in that one, except for I didn't just copy the build off the forums, I did it by memory, so it's a little bit different. It's not as wide, and yeah, I think it's just not as wide. We're missing like one tile here or something, but it should still function correctly, I hope. Oh, we got some meat in here. Dang it, we lost a hatch. That's one thing that went really well this time, is I didn't have to slaughter one hatch in the early game. I don't think I slaughtered one. We did have some fall into the waters, because I think oxygen might be slipping through here, which is pretty dang bad. Hopefully I don't have to redesign this thing, because Like I said, I did do it from memory. There's something different about the electrolyzer here. And we just took a little bit of oxygen in there. That's... Oh, goodness me. Okay, let's lower this. So this pressure, let's let this be a lower pressure. That way the hydrogen can build up a little more. One thing I'm doing with these eggs is I'm sweeping them up. We've got a storage bin down here set to sweep only with critter eggs. And so once they get in here, I can then uncheck this box and then recheck it. And we'll drop the eggs down here. That way all our hatches will be down here eating all this stuff. And that way, you know, you can kind of control where your hatches are without having to have someone in the ranching position. Because that's pretty high morale requirement. I mean, I could probably handle it right now, but I don't know. I would have to put somebody on a higher schedule, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So we want to store all our slime in this chlorine so it gets disinfected. And the idea was to stick it in this room with a vent and just let that disinfect it, but I put the storage bin in here when it was dormant, and then it just started off-gassing polluted oxygen, and now it's overpressurized, so this vent is probably not even going to output anything when it does start to go off. So, but we've got a little bit of chlorine down here, and this chlorine's never going to go anywhere unless I pop into that room and let it out, so we can just store it there. That should be fine. And hopefully it's overpressurized to the point where it's not going to off-gas as well. Yeah, it shouldn't off-gas down there anymore because the pressure's too high. One thing we did do over here is we kind of set this little cooling loop up for our kilns, but I'm not sure how much we're going to be running, so that might not even be useful. But we are running this water down to the oil, where we're going to be using it in a metal refinery. We're going to be using it to cool down our oil refinery and other equipment down there as well. And then we'll pump it through a sieve, deleting the heat and gaining dirt and, you know, all those magical things. Or, well, for now we'll pump it through a sieve, but eventually what we'll do is we'll set up our dirt cooker down there probably. And once we get access to steel, that is, which should be relatively quickly after we get to the oil. If we get access to steel, we can make our dirt cooker and start producing dirt right away. You know what we could do? We could build this larger and drop the water above into it as well. So we can just like dig out the sand and let it drizzle down this way. Drop drizzle. Let it drop drizzle. Circuit overloaded. Uh-oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of need to replace this with the conductive wire, but it's fine for now. So there. Oh, okay. I'm a doofus. I forgot to deconstruct all this and put the second Wheezewort in, because I don't think one Wheezewort is enough to really keep this cool. We'll keep the oxygen cool enough to the point where we want it anyway. How'd you get there, you little hatch? You should be down with your other hatch buddies. Man, these hatches. There's so many of them too, holy cow. Which is good though, because I mean they're gonna be giving me coal for a while, right? There's tons of sandstone down here for them to eat, so I do believe they eat sandstone. Yeah, sandstone. I'm completely fine with them eating the sandstone. You guys munch all the sandstone you want. It is an all-you-can-eat a buffet. How's the slime lung doing? So I had, at one point, slime lung was kind of creeping towards my base, but I think I've managed to push it back far enough to kind of avoid the disaster. The disaster. Avoid it. Oh, yeah, we did put Ruby in the neural vacillator here. And what did Ruby get? I think diver's lungs. Yeah, deeper diver's lungs. So negative 50 grams per second of air, of oxygen. So that's kind of nice. I like sunny disposition myself for a max difficulty run. If I can get everybody with a sunny disposition, that's amazing. We also could like set up a slickster room in the with the carbon dioxide vent and have an endless source of oil there. Although I don't think slicksters produce too much, so I'm not sure it's worth it. I don't know. I've never messed with slicksters. It's one thing that I wanted to do, but haven't really got around to it. Is kind of like set up a base that's purely critter based. So just try and sustain off critters alone. Food, power, everything else, which I think is possible because you can get, you know, oxygen from critters, you can get oil from critters, you can get coal from critters, you can get slime, you can get, you know, in turn algae, you can get a lot of these things from critters. And then all this stuff like oil and things you can refine into other things that, you know, create water and whatnot. So could kind of be interesting to create a self-sustaining colony off like just critter-based stuff. One thing I did manage to do is completely contaminate all my water, but I had some duplicates pee at some point because I forgot to vent the excess water from the output pipe somewhere. So they ended up peeing and it leaked in here, but it doesn't matter because I'm not really using that water for anything. And I've got my water cooler turned off, so they're not actually going to use it. So I've just been venting all my excess water that gets sieved back into this reservoir here. One thing I could do is actually just pump all this over to here and then have this be my primary, because, you know, this water pocket's gonna run out at some point and I'm gonna have to swap over anyway. We can consolidate both this one and this one here. We might as well just join this one. It is gonna contaminate everything, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter because I'm not using that polluted or that Germany water for any food or anything, so I'm not actually consuming it with my duplicants. How cool are we getting? Oh yeah, that's cooling down nicely. Look at that. So the way this is set up is we're going to pump the hydrogen out, which is going to favor the bridge. So we're going to send the hydrogen to our hydrogen generator first, and then if it backs up to that point, it's then going to go down here and get, well, it's not going to get vented because this is max pressure now, but it will then go down here and get sent over to the hydrogen generator to generate more power. Cool vest, snazzy. Okay, we got a snazzy suit. Let's put it on. You know what? Ruby deserves a suit. Ruby's been with us since the beginning. Ruby's done a lot for this colony, so we're gonna give him the suit. Oh yeah, one thing we also have is thermal nullifier over here, so got a little more cooling potential if we need to. We can set up some machinery, you know, around this cold biome and get some sort of free cooling. By the way, if you are enjoying the content, you might want to consider subscribing if you want to, you know, check out my future videos and be updated on when I release new videos and whatnot. And if you enjoy the video, hit that like button. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job, that you like this type of content. And you can leave a comment below letting me know, you know, what I should do or what I'm doing right or wrong, you know, what I could do better. I appreciate all the feedback. Just I'm trying to like improve my videos and improve the quality and just make them better for you guys. So any feedback you give me is greatly appreciated, really. And so far it's been really good. You're all really nice. So thank you very much for all the feedback and all the comments you've been leaving. It's been amazing. And I hope to continue producing videos forever until the end of time, which is yet to be seen, yet to be predicted. The Mayans tried, but they failed. Multiple civilizations have tried and failed. Oh, guess what that is? Oh yeah, it's another frickin' geyser, man. Hey, we can actually see the top of it. We got another geyser. I'm so excited. What is it? What is it? Post in the comments below what you think this geyser will be. The winner will get $1 billion. Yep, $1 billion. Anyway, I was gonna say Happy New Year, everyone. I don't think it's quite the New Year, but we're pretty much there. So Happy New Year, and I hope you're all setting some amazing goals for yourself. That's one thing that I never really did before, but last year I actually set a goal to start uploading videos to YouTube because it's something that I wanted to do. And, well, I did it, and I started uploading videos, and it's been great. I'm so glad I did, and so now I'm going to set some more goals potentially around this sort of YouTube video thing, maybe trying to grow the channel to a certain point or something. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about it yet, but I'm kind of mulling things over in my mind right now. So I'm actually curious to hear what some of your goals are, if you guys have any, if you set any goals for the new year. And if you do, I would say don't aim too high. Another goal I set for last year was to actually start learning another language, which I was thinking about Spanish, which I never actually got around to. It's kind of a daunting thing to learn another language, so I never really jumped into that, but I still want to do that, so maybe that'll be a goal for this year. I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious to see what your guys' goals are, to hear what you have going on. So if you're comfortable sharing that with me, I would love to hear it. Just post them in the comments below. That would be awesome. But yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all have a great December and Christmas and everything. And hopefully the new year provides many great things for you to come. I'm not going to uncover it this episode because I want to hear the guesses. I want to hear what your guesses are. Like I said, the one who gets it gets $1 billion hairs. That would be one guess only. One guess apiece. You can't guess multiple times. That's cheating. All right, so. But we are going to continue digging down. Sadly, there's not like tons of oil here. What is that? Oh, that's one of the cactuses. The jumping Joya. The decor is -20. Oh, wait, because it's dead. That's right. So wilted plants actually give negative decor. I'm not sure if it was always like that. It's not something I ever noticed before. Geez, everybody's getting trained on like everything. You know, we can put Ruby into the courier. We can actually put everybody into the courier. Catalina, Ellie, there you go. Joshua, we'll let him finish the art student stuff, but... Oh, yeah. I guess it kind of gives one thing away, is that we can actually see the top of it, so we know it's that kind of geyser. Like, it's not like a cool steam vent, right? Or a cool slush geyser like this, because it's got a different shape to it. So we know it's one of the geysers shaped this way right here. So that kind of gives you a little hint. Keep going down here. What we're going to have to do, I think, is kind of like dig up over here and just let all this oil consolidate into one puddle, because, yeah, I just don't see any other way of... I mean, I guess we could just kind of dig sideways and explore more. You know what? That's not a bad idea, because we can get lime in the process. So let's do something like this, and we'll discover a little more over here, see if we can find a bigger pool of oil. One thing I can do with this carbon dioxide vent is actually dig out most of it, because so if you leave this tile right here, if I did this, I could dig out all this and leave this tile in the middle, and it wouldn't erupt. So that's a neat little trick I learned from, I think it was Reddit. Rummage. Oh, we got another snazzy suit. All right, let's give this one to Liam. Liam's our other builder, so he's going to be kind of an ugly terrain and stuff, so we want his decor to be a little bit better. Man, I have to say, this is what usually I'm a little bit more organized with the colony, but this one I've been a little more lax with. I just kind of toss things wherever I need them. Like, oh, I need power up here, let's just throw a coal generator, you know, or oh, I need a carbon skimmer, this place will do. You know, I just kind of slap things wherever they go. But normally I just create these little boxes that are nice and even and aligned. This one's all, what's the word? Staggered. It's not perfectly aligned. It's all staggered. Normally I don't do that, but I kind of like how it looks, to be honest. Maybe I was getting a little bit bored with the perfectness of my perfectness. The perfectness. Sure, perfectness. That's a word. I'm relatively sure that's a word. Perfectness. Maybe I was getting a little bit bored with the perfectness of my previous bases, so it's kind of nice having a little embracing the chaos, if you will. Wait, what happened to my other Dreco? There were 2 Drecos in here at one point, and I don't see an egg. Wait, is that an egg? Did you eat the other Dreco? This Dreco might be a cannibal. I don't know. That's questionable. Actually, I'm wondering if I want to go with the apartments, like set up apartments so each dupe has their own dedicated bathroom and whatnot. Do I want to do that this time around? I saw this Reddit post. Let me see if I can find it, which had kind of an interesting setup. So so I saw this post on Reddit by Sloams, and it's a test tube living unit. A vertical single apartment for duplicates, brought to you by Sloams Inc. So it kind of does a little role-playing thing, like he's a company with an oxygen not included. And it's kind of interesting. He replies to the comments as a company, so it's kind of funny. I'll put a link in the description if I remember to the Reddit post, and you guys can check it out for yourself. So here we go. We're pumping all our germy water into our clean water. Oh yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. Look at it spread. I know a lot of people might look and say, dude, you're making all your water germy, but as I mentioned before, it doesn't really matter. It's not really relevant because we're not using that water for anything really. I mean, nothing important that we're our duplicates aren't consuming that water in any way. Ooh, can I get to this? Sweep 9. Can I get to you? I don't think I can. Let's go ahead and just build this ladder up. That way I can Sweep that egg. So I'm just trying to get all my hatches down to the bottom here. There's quite a bit of sandstone they can eat and produce coal for me. Okay, we actually have a nice big pool over here, so let's continue to dig over. Get some more fossil in the process. Joya seed. What about the temperature for that? That's one thing I didn't look at. What is the temperature for the Joya? Jumping Joya. Grown from Joya seed. Joyas are decorative plants that... Wow, I have no idea what that word is, so I'm going to be honest. Colloquially? Don't laugh, guys. Come on. How many of you actually know what that word is? Colloquial. Characteristic of or appropriate to ordinary or familiar conversation rather than formal speech or writing. Involving or using conversation. Colloquial. Colloquially. I can't even look up the correct word, dang it. Colloquial. That are colloquially... I'm stopping. I'm done with that word. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. We've progressed enough for this episode. I'm pretty sure I've been playing for at least like an hour and a half or something. So I'm going to go chop this video up and get it uploaded for you guys to check out. So yeah, I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful day.